20th of May 2024, the day Liverpool welcomed Arne Slot as the new manager of the club, succeeding Jurgen Klopp. Since then, rather unexpectedly, Liverpool have gone from strength to strength, and now Liverpool are the odds-on favourite to win the Premier League title, something Klopp managed only the once in 8 years at the club. And this season they even seem to have a somewhat clear path towards it. Runners-up for the last 2 seasons, Arsenal are not as consistent, and 4-time winners in a row, Manchester City, have been very poor, winning only 1 game out of 11 as of mid-December. Liverpool are ready to seize this opportunity, but there is a club that people are seeming to underestimate, and that club is Chelsea. While Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca and Chelsea players have repeatedly claimed they aren't in a title race, with Maresca saying they're simply not ready for the challenge, the table, however, tells another story entirely. Chelsea are giving Liverpool a hot chase. They've been a thorn in Chelsea's side several seasons in a row, and this is Chelsea's sweet revenge. Are Chelsea truly in a title race? Should Liverpool be scared at all? When Liverpool signed Arne Slot as their new head coach after the shock departure of Jurgen Klopp, he couldn't have expected that they would go straight to the top of the Premier League table. Liverpool specifically hired Arne Slot because his style is a hybrid of Jurgen Klopp's and Pep Guardiola's. While Jurgen Klopp fully employed chaos or heavy metal football, as he calls it, from the moment the whistle is blown, Slot does what he calls controlled chaos. They play possession football, but when the conditions are right, they go full-on heavy metal football. Liverpool used that heavy pressing to defeat Manchester United and Manchester City, but they have won games where they've been more controlled too. Liverpool have been excellent since the start of the season, smashing different teams and even coming from behind to win some of their games, showing the grit and mentality expected of a team that wants to win the league. They have now hit a bit of a wall recently with back-to-back draws against Newcastle and Fulham, but even so, Liverpool have produced spirited performances. They aren't even showing signs of a team that's in transition from one coach to the other. The same goes for Chelsea and their coach Enzo Maresca. Under the Italian, they have been surprisingly good, been more structured on the pitch, and have been exceeding all expectations. Not many could have predicted this turn for Chelsea, but we certainly did. Click here for the videos. Enzo Maresca came from Leicester to Chelsea after their unexpected dismissal of Mauricio Pochettino in May 2024. Under Pochettino, Chelsea played chaos football in the 23-24 season. They were all over the place until the second half of the season when they did begin to string up some measure of consistency, which saw them finish 6th on the table and 5 points off the top 4. Even expected points in that 23-24 season had them finishing in 4th. They ended the season well, which made Poch's sacking more surprising, but it wasn't really, considering Chelsea execs have wanted to play a brand of football similar to Guardiola's and could be replicated in the teams that are in their multi-club model. Pochettino's chaos ball didn't fit the model, which made a replacement necessary. Chelsea chose Enzo Maresca because Maresca showed an in-depth knowledge of Chelsea's squad. Still, Chelsea's fans were hardly excited. They saw Maresca as Maurizio Sarri 2.0 because of his tedious possession-based style which Leicester played. The fact that Leicester almost bottled the championship when their style got found out didn't exactly inspire confidence. Also, Maresca hadn't coached a top-flight team before. With Chelsea hiring Maresca, also came more signings, which made an already chaotic club even more so. Maresca did a great job of balancing things before the league began, splitting the teams into A and B. A mostly played the league and B the cup competitions, and this operated like a reward system too. Those that excelled in B found themselves in the A team, like João Felix, for instance, and those that didn't perform well in A found themselves in the B team, like Enzo Fernandez, before he eventually regained his form. This has allowed Chelsea players to be on a different level from attack to defence. Speaking of the defence, Marc Cucurella has been incredible for Chelsea when he's got his right boots on. The fullback has averaged 1.7 tackles and has won 56% of his ground duels. Levi Colwill has been excellent too so far since the season began. Colwill averages around a tackle and an interception per game, has 3.3 ball recoveries, has made 3.2 clearances, and rarely gets dribbled past. However, he isn't quite the finished product yet. He still loses awareness from time to time and has switched off in some cases when Chelsea are setting the offside trap. Still, his pairing with Wesley Fofana has been decent. Fofana makes an average of 4.1 ball recoveries and makes a tackle and interception per game. Now that he is injured, Chelsea have fielded Benoit Badiashile and Tosin Adarabioyo in his absence. Those two have been decent, but there is a sense that Chelsea's defence overall are just that, decent. They are good but not spectacular, and the numbers support this. Chelsea have conceded 19 goals, and according to their expected goal against, they have only the 11th best defence, even lower than the out-of-form City. With this type of defence, should Liverpool really be scared of Chelsea? After all, attack wins you games, but defence wins titles, as the great Sir Alex Ferguson put it. The goalkeeper situation is not helping the club either. With signing numerous goalkeepers in the last 24 months and still not having a reliable number one is worrying. Robert Sanchez is a decent shot stopper, but on the ball, he's nowhere near good enough. Do you have any ideas of who they can sign for in goal? This could be the missing piece to the puzzle. Well, Liverpool fans shouldn't be just calm just yet, because as Chelsea's defence haven't been spectacular, their midfield up to attack have been putting up scary numbers. Enzo Fernandez now looks to be in the form of his life, running to help out the defence, creating chances, providing assists, and also crashing the box, Frank Lampard style. So far, Enzo has created 5 big chances, racked up 4 assists, and scored 3 goals. He's also improved in the defensive phase of the game. While his tackling needs work, Enzo has had 2.3 tackles per game and has accomplished 3.5 ball recoveries per game. Now, he isn't there yet, but Fernandez is now playing like the player Chelsea believed he could be and spent all that money on. The same goes for Moises Caicedo, who plays deeper in midfield for Chelsea and has scored 2 goals and produced 1 assist. This is kind of a Rodri type of performance, but Caicedo still has ways to go before hitting Rodri levels and numbers, but he is certainly a freak athlete like Rodri too. So far, Caicedo has made 1.7 interceptions per game, 3.1 tackles per game, recovers 5.8 balls per game, and has won 57% of duels. He has become a key tactical figure in Enzo Maresca's setup. Maresca, who was formerly described as rigid by Leicester fans, has been experimenting since he got to Chelsea, and one of his experiments is playing Caicedo as right-back. Now, why is he doing this? Well, I'll get to that later. Apart from Caicedo, Romeo Lavia has been balling out any time he has played for Chelsea and is a great partner for Enzo or Caicedo. Chelsea's midfield are getting there, but their attack looks to be already there. They've scored 66 times in 25 games across all competitions this season, and in the Premier League, they've scored 37 goals in 16 games. Now, this is why Liverpool should be scared. Chelsea are becoming a vicious goal-scoring machine. This squad has the necessary firepower to have revenge on Liverpool, who have consistently denied Chelsea the opportunity for silverware in the past few seasons. Just last season, Liverpool denied Chelsea the opportunity to win the League Cup. But now, that looks like a thing of the past. Nicholas Jackson and Noni Madueke have scored 14 goals between them. João Felix has also scored, but has been providing more than just goals to the team. Jadon Sancho looks to have rediscovered his form and is one of the highest performers in the league for key passes, assists, dribbles, and progressive runs. Pedro Neto hasn't hit his Wolves levels of consistency yet, but has been decent for Chelsea, scoring one great goal and providing 2 assists. All of these players have been great for Chelsea and have been sharing the burden of responsibility for the team, but of course the main man for Chelsea remains ice-cold Cole Palmer. Since Chelsea signed him in the 23-24 season, Palmer has been breathtaking for Chelsea. In that period, he's had more Premier League goal contributions than Erling Haaland. Palmer has made Premier League history by scoring 12 penalties in a row. Palmer has now had the most Premier League goal involvements in a calendar year with 37. He is, for sure, one of the best players in the league, even the world. He's been a key part of how Chelsea have played, and despite being a coach that focuses on possession, Maresca has had to tweak his style to accommodate the wildness of Cole Palmer. For more on the main man, click here for our video on him. Jackson deserves a mention here too. He's been excellent so far this season, scoring 9 goals and 3 assists. While his finishing has certainly improved, his off-the-ball work is second to none. His pressing and runs in behind are excellent and help the team so much in the attack to create space and get Palmer on the ball. He's actually slowly becoming one of the Premier League's current top strikers, and if he can become more ruthless and remain injury-free, Chelsea have a secret weapon on their hands for sure. But there's more. In his first 40 Premier League games as a Chelsea player, Jackson scored 18 goals, while Didier Drogba scored 16. So he is for sure being underestimated right now. And to top it off, since January 2023, he's scored more non-penalty goals than Mohamed Salah, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr. Watch this space. Instead of playing on the wings like he did under Pochettino, Maresca has preferred to play Palmer in the right or left half spaces depending on the opponent's weaknesses. Maresca also didn't want the team to be predictable and have Palmer shoulder more responsibility than he should, and so Maresca has begun to use Caicedo in the full-back position and instructed him to the midfield when the team has possession. This has allowed Chelsea to play Enzo to add to Chelsea's creativity and relieve the burden on Palmer and push him further up the pitch. This isn't the only tweak that Maresca has used in his usual possession-based system that he used at Leicester. Maresca has allowed Chelsea to play a different style to match the weaknesses of the opponents. Against Arsenal, Chelsea were cautious not to give the ball away. Against Brighton, who play a high line, Chelsea sent the ball over the top of the midfield. And against Liverpool themselves, Chelsea kept the ball away from Liverpool, who also play a possession game. And this made Liverpool use long balls and try to catch Chelsea on the counter. Slot recognised Chelsea's threat, and he made a declaration that Chelsea are the team that have given them the toughest time so far this season. So, Slot recognises Chelsea's threat, but without a solid defence, can Chelsea go all the way?